Greetings, soul beings. It's Shelly Bean. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you're returning, if you're new, welcome. Okay, guys. So I am here doing another weekly healing message for the collective of Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. So, as I've told all the other signs so far, just reminding you, first of all, happy full moon. And we are under a lunar eclipse energy as well. And we also are in the pre-shadow period for good old Mercury retrograde, which begins next Monday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. Okay, so just FYI, the energies are going to be pretty, well, they're already intense now, but they're going to be even more intense in the next couple of weeks, going into this week, next week, probably up to the next 30 days possibly. But in any case, guys, I was guided to use the chakra oracle deck here because I feel like it is going to, for a good amount of the collective, it's going to affect the chakra points and energies. All right, so we have to make sure that we're moving, that we're clearing our energy as always on a regular basis, protecting our energy as well, moving, whether it's through exercise, shaking, dancing, or whatever, shaking a lot of the energy around because there's going to be heavy, dense energy in the environment. And I also feel like probably for a lot of people, especially in like the workplace, okay? That's kind of just standing out for me. But anyway, all right, guys. Holy Divine Spirit, what is Scorpio's healing message for this week regarding chakra energy? Please and thank you. Okay, we have flexibility. Flexibility, guys. Okay, so first of all, I get an energy of, with this color here, I feel definitely like maybe a root chakra energy, the root chakra, which is your first chakra, which represents, stability, security, being grounded, being centered, being balanced, creating a foundation. Also, it's if it's out of whack, it can attract fear as well, worry. But basically, it's the root chakra, which is the foundation for security, stability, being rooted in nature, being rooted within yourself, being grounded. So that's the energy that I'm getting, but I'm also feeling a little bit of orange here too. But with flexibility, one of the first things that I thought about, and I feel for some of you guys, is that this is going to definitely be a time where I feel like with these heavy energies going on right now and these planetary transitions, you're probably going to be tested, Scorpio, with how flexible and open-minded and adaptable you can be. That's what I'm getting for somebody here. So this could be an area where you might be challenged. This could be a challenge that you're experiencing now, or you will in the next coming week or so. But definitely, there's going to be a challenge with you being flexible in your time, your energy, your space, and just maybe challenging how rigid you might be in certain areas of your life where you may need to be a little bit more open-minded, a little bit more objective. That's what I'm getting. I kind of feel an energy of being set in your way, but this might be a time where the universe is testing to see just how open-minded and how flexible you actually can be. And it might be a bit comfortable for some of you guys, all right? But let's get the exact message for you guys. All right, so Okay, so it is your sacral chakra. Yeah, I was getting a little bit of like sacral energy as well with this because it's like an orange red. It's like an orange red. So, but I do feel with a lot of this darkness, this brown here, a lot of it also too is your root chakra. Okay, so flexibility. So you've called upon this card today, Scorpio, to encourage you to invite more flexibility into your world. The nature of life and our experiences are constantly inviting us to find a state of flexibility. When you can surrender to these messages, they will allow and embody a more flexible state of being. This will bring an abundance of ease and grace as you find yourself in the flow. Have you been feeling a little rigid in your thoughts or ideas lately? Maybe even a little stuck in your ways? If so, it's time to practice the art of flexibility. You may be holding on to something in your life a little too tightly, and now it is time to let go and allow some new energy to flow in. It is easy to get caught up in trivial ideas and thoughts, especially if you have strong belief systems in place in your life. However, at this time, it will be beneficial and very healing to look at some of these outdated ways and beliefs that could be wreaking havoc in your world. Take some time to tune in and see what no longer serves you and take the steps to bring about a little more flexibility. This card could also mean that you're being too rigid with a particular person and that it's time to give them and yourself a little slack. Flexibility is available to you right now. Let it in and allow for life and allow for a life with a little more ease and grace, okay? And the affirmation for this is I am free flowing and flexible. I am free flowing and flexible. So, yeah, spirit, divine spirit, and universe is asking you at this time to be open to being more flexible. Not just for this particular time period, but just moving forward. But this is a particular time period, Scorpio, that you may find things going on in your life, whether it's in your workplace, whether it's in love, whether it's in family or social circles. You may find, or even like maybe in your entrepreneurial projects or endeavors, you may find that you need to be more flexible, and it may be a bit comfortable for you at first, but this is actually going to be for your greatest and highest good. It's actually going to work out for you to be more flexible and open up to other belief systems, and other perceptions or perspectives, I should say. Okay, it's going to really do you well in this period of time, especially with the energies being heavy. So you are going to be tested in that way for some of you guys, but just be open to it because I hear spirit saying that you're going to thank yourself later that you did. Okay, so that's for somebody. So Scorpio guys, before we close out, we're going to get some shadow messages for you guys. And as I told the other signs before, it's a reminder that we all have these shadow aspects of ourselves or dark sides of ourselves, okay? That's part of who we are. It's part of our being. And the key is to not let it to drive you or be the driver of your life, but we have these shadow sides because this is how we learn about ourselves. This is how we learn, period. This is how we grow and evolve and transform. Without dark, how would we know? Okay? How could we do the compare and contrast? Life is about polarity. So that's how it's always going to be. So there's light, there's dark, there's white, there's black, there's negative, there's positive. So that's what makes the world go round. Okay? So Spirit wants to give you a message regarding a shadow aspect of yourself where there needs to be more healing done in that area, and it needs to be something that needs to be addressed or acknowledged that maybe you haven't been acknowledging, Scorpio. Holy Divine Spirit, what shadow message do you have for Scorpio before we close out? Okay. Somebody just had this. Oh, who just had this? Maybe it was Gemini. I think it was Gemini. Okay. When I feel that I am right, I become defensive and refuse to listen to other people's views. So yeah, I did mention that some of you guys are going to be faced with having to be more flexible and more open-minded and objective about situations, certain things, people, places, and topics, or and it's going to encourage you to be more open to other people's perspectives. Okay, you don't have to agree with people's opinions and perspectives, but just to be open to it is enough. Okay, which requires flexibility. So what else do you have for Scorpio? What other shadow message do you have for Scorpio? Holy Spirit, please and thank you. Before we close out, what is the last shadow message for Scorpio Collective? Please and thank you. Fearful. A learned behavior that can be unlearned. Also a low vibrating feeling that creates limitations for you and future happiness. Okay? So fear. As I said earlier, fear is also attached to the root chakra as well. So fear is very much a learned behavior. And can we unlearn fear? Absolutely. It even says it in the card. We can. We can unlearn fear. There are a lot of things that as human beings that we can unlearn. Fear is something that is definitely a bit more focused right now from Divine Spirit to you, Scorpio. It seems to be resurfacing or surfacing for someone here. And Spirit wants you to know to have no fear. And although it's easier said than done, fear really is just an illusion. And it is something that you can unlearn. If you don't feel like you can shake it, or if it's, Spirit is here to tell you that you absolutely can. It is an unlearned behavior. And Spirit is also wanting you to ponder where the fear could be coming from and have an honest dialogue with yourself about where this fear is coming from. And to know that your spirit team and guides and Most High and Divine Source is always there for you. You're never alone. And you're being encouraged to also have a dialogue with your spirit team and your spirit guides, okay? Not just an honest dialogue with yourself, but yeah. So Scorpio, these are definitely your messages, your healing messages for this week. So work on your sacral chakra and learning how to be more flexible. But also too, I do feel, even though the card didn't come out, I do feel also your root chakra, because there's some underlying fear that you may not be acknowledging. And even if you have acknowledged it, Spirit wants to encourage you to be motivated to unlearn and to release that energy. Okay. So Scorpio, these are your messages for this week. I hope that they resonated and hope that you found them helpful in some type of way. As always, guys, until my next upload, be well and be at peace.